First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Good position to be in here, second and inches. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Kareem Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And we're at the 41, second and 9. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
It shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through.
Bills nothing. Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Now Jones. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard
line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Now Jackson on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run with Hunt. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Jackson to throw on third down. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth.
A.J. Brown.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
This is taken at the 18. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. It's caught. Smith. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw is Tannehill. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Incomplete.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third and long, it's Tannehill. Taken down. Back at his own 7. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Jones on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Hunt. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Kareem Hunt, the ball carrier.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
And there shouldn't be any surprise at all when we watch him flash his arm. Easy motion, easy action, and that ball flies downfield.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown.
Aaron Jones. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does.
Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now Jones. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Bills
So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Jordan Evans leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
25 yards that time.
And
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Throwing deep for Galladay. This is caught. And he'll be out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
goal, Pittsburgh.
They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big pass. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown.
Aaron Jones with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
On the 20-yard line.
The Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 53.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
And 4.
From the gun, Jackson. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Bills. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
2-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Second and 11 at the 41.
56.
From the gun, it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
On first down, Hunt able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Kareem Hunt.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
They're running it. Let's go, let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Intercepted.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Jones, the ball.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Tannehill gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
It's now
the run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Tannehill. Complete. Smith has it. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down.
On first down, Tannehill. He's got Smith here. And out of bounds right around the 20. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. They go back to the ground with Jones. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
The stop by Taven Bryan. It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now Tannehill. And this one complete to Smith. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 33.
3-yard attempt.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
5-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Buffalo. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one will be down by a member of the kicking team at about the 40-yard line.
10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
At the 44-yard line.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
All day, every day, any day. Check 53 Mike. Check 53.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Throwing deep for Galladay. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
8 yards,
as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
their 48-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I got you. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's 3rd and short.
Incomplete. He was covered by Trey Boston.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike. Hey, report. Report.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
We'll see how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
First down, Steelers.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A give to Jones. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So that one will be accepted. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here, man. 52's the mic right here.
Now the toss to Jones, running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Let's go, let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go. Get up.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
10 at the 41-yard line.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. It's coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
A quick throw here out to Brown. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
53. Mike. Here we go, D.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Dante Jackson.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down now. It's Hunt. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
A loss of 2.
Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 15. And the Steeler 1st down.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. The give is to Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
3rd down.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Tannehill. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Justin Matabike in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
44-yard attempt.
Vinatieri's kick is good, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers.
We're 30. Check 53 is mine. What we got? Block. 53 is the mark. 53. Check 53.
Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked picked off by Sidney Jones. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
First and 10 at the 14.
We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A gain of 7.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Second down and 3, ball on the 7. A carry here for Hunt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
It's third down and 4.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
They'll run again with Hunt. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
A gain of only a yard. It's fourth down.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Tighten up, tighten up. 13.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They opt to go for it, and they get it. First and goal after a pickup of 5. They'll try to run with Hunt. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
The tackle made by
What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Jackson will keep it. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
And it's third down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Over the middle to Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That one is caught by Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ryan Kerrigan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brings up third down.
The Bills on third down. A very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
53. Focus, defense, focus. Check.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Jones, the ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On third down, here's Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down at 4, Tannehill. Throwing deep for Galladay. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. On third down, it's Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
It's a gain of 10.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Here we go. Ready? Hey. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Play. Begin. Say.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Steeler first down.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
I'm going to come back to you. Yeah, we at 52. Zero. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2.
Tannehill going to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. On the counter, here's Jones. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep